Hello and welcome to today's 3 questions.
I'm Aleksandra Olenska, and I've worked as a creative director and stylist for luxury brands including Chanel, Celine and Vanessa Bruno, as well as magazines including Vogue and Harper's Bazaar. And I've been featured in international press including Forbes, Elle, The Sunday Times and The Independent. I now help directors and leaders in midlife and beyond to rebalance that work, busy lifestyle you've become accustomed to. Because you know life's too short to stay in that career-driven comfort zone. I help you to redesign and restyle your life, especially at midlife with life-changing transitions, such as the breakup of relationship, divorce, menopause, or turning 40 and beyond. From your home and your wardrobe to your mind and social life, I help you with your stylish next chapter to step into your best life, because I know you're ready to rock life again.
Can I still look stylish even though I don't want to wear heels anymore? So you don't want to wear heels anymore? Oh my goodness, there are so many incredible options out there now. You might have seen me in my Birkenstocks. I've got them in all different colours. I love my shiny black patent ones. I wear them every day, even with socks, especially on the aeroplane. Love that, easy, really comfortable. Apparently, when you wear big flat sandals like this, it does make your foot kind of spread out. So when you go back into something like a tighter shoe or a fitted shoe, a proper shoe or a heel, it can feel more squeezed. If you've watched any of my micro capsule videos, you'll see that I'm often, wearing the same outfits, but with my flats, with sneakers, with Birkenstocks, or with a really small heel, or even flat sandals. They can be extremely chic. Recently, of course, we've seen the rise of the Chanel dad sandal. I'm not sure why it's called the dad sandal. My dad certainly never used to wear any sandals, anything near as chic as those. But this kind of quite chunky sandal, the sorts of sandals that men don't get, but for women they're extraordinarily comfortable, and they do them in all sorts of different tweedy finishes. They're quite lovely, and of course there's many alternatives available on the market. Sometimes it's just a question of getting used to different proportions as well. Because if you've been used to wearing sky-high heels, say those with a platform and a big stiletto for work, and then the situation has changed for whatever reason, it could be medical, it could be for your back, it could be, because of your kids, it could just be because you're running around, it could just be because you're fed up of being a slave to heels, but usually it's a sort of combination. It can feel instinctively quite sort of frumpy then to go down to a flat. Of course, the shape of your leg changes when you're on a flat as opposed to, that sort of arch that the heel gives to you, that lift that, is undeniable. So sometimes just be aware of that. It is absolutely possible to look chic, stylish, all of these things when wearing flats. However, it is about getting accustomed to the new proportions as well. If you have got shorter legs or you are on the shorter side, I'm not tall myself, I'm 5'4". Again, that can take some extra getting used to. But once your eye has attuned to it, it's just like getting used to any fashion or any trend, right? To start with, trends can seem frightening, they can seem too much. But then after a while, you just start to think something is beautiful, because of course that's what fashion does. It changes the standards of beauty and the way that we perceive things, which is why it's great to use fashion in moderation to help, define and express our style identity without being a slave to the trends. It's a tool for us to use to feel elegant and relevant, as I always say. So yeah, absolutely possible to wear flat shoes. There's also some gorgeous sort of elevated flat sandals out there from brands like Gianvito Rossi that I love, because they're just beautifully crafted shoes in wonderful colours, and they don't scream, a label. They're very much in that kind of stealth wealth, just beautifully crafted vibe that I particularly like. It's no longer the case that a flat shoe has to be boring. So you see brands like Jimmy Choo, for example, doing flats that are glittery or that are silver. I've got some lovely boots from the French brand Jonah Kay, and they've got little sequins all over them, and the tiniest little heel. Many Chiropractors and foot doctors say that it's healthier to have a tiny little heel rather than being dead flat. So these have got tiny heel and they've got sequins all over them. I mean, how joyful. So I would say, yeah, don't be afraid of flats, but try and find some flats that are not too boring, that have got a little bit of je ne sais quoi, something a little bit special about them. Hats or umbrellas in the rain. Oh, for me, it's a no-brainer. It's an umbrella and sometimes nothing. I have to be honest with you. I love to carry around as little as possible. And as I get older, my handbags tend to get smaller and smaller. For years, I carried the classic 2.55 Chanel bag with the wonderful chain. And I loved it and it came everywhere with me. And as I get older, I find that, my shoulders feel a bit wonky. Things hurt my back more than they did before. The chain sort of digs into my shoulder. So I don't use it every day like I used to. And I look for smaller and smaller handbags, and sometimes even would love to go without a handbag and just try and, put things in my pockets. It's not always successful. And I have to be honest with you, I often end up with two handbags, a sort of tiny little handbag that acts as a kind of pocket, little pochette we could say, and then the work bag that's got my laptop in, that's got the the tote, or I've got my eye on one from Dragon Diffusions that's like a woven leather basket that I love, and of course just like a woven panier, a basket for the warmer months, which are coming thankfully. If I have my large work bag, and if I remember, it will have an umbrella in it. However, I often forget and just get caught in the rain and end up getting wet. I'm not much of a hats girl. I love the idea of hats, but I just don't find them so practical, and I find them, extremely sophisticated. I love the ones from Maison Michel, for example, and from independent milliners like Noel Stewart. Absolutely stunning, striking hats. And I like the idea of having a little plastic kind of PVC hat, like bucket hat as well, grey. It's that love that I have of something a little bit tacky, the black shiny. But in reality, I just don't remember and end up getting wet. Voila, so kind of umbrellas. How do you keep your skin so glowy? Gosh, that's really kind of you. Actually, I think right now it's just because of the sunshine coming in, and often being under lights when making my videos, so that they're not pitch black in the winter. But thank you, that's incredibly kind. I think I'm blessed with good skin and good genes. My grandmother, who just died, had this incredible, soft, like powdery, snowy Eastern European skin. So maybe I take after her, I'm not sure. I do also have quite a strict skincare regime. I don't love facials, I have to be honest with you. I find it not relaxing. It feels just like cold cream going on my face, being wiped off, cold something else going on my face, being wiped off. Although I have had some good results from the SkinCeuticals facial, but also I just love their products. Their sea ferulic acid I think is fantastic. As I get older and as my skin changes, I did go through a phase of having quite bad hormonal outbreaks, like a teenager it felt like. And of course that's partly to do with the swirling midlife hormones, it's partly to do with diet, but there's certain things that you can do. I try to be quite gentle on my skin as well. I don't use too harsh exfoliating products. I use the gentle one occasionally from Dr. Seba. But the sea ferulic is a great product. My grandmother used Nivea cream her whole life, and and she still got wrinkly, but she looked beautiful with it. And I think the idea of anti-aging cream is quite peculiar, because at the end of the day, we are all aging, and it's up to us, how we do that, whether, what approach we have, what attitude we have with that. And I guess we need to nurture our inner glow as well, our inner happiness. Make sure that we have time for ourselves, that we do fun things. And I would like to think, and I do believe, and this is something that I share with my clients as well, that to have the outer glow, we need to nourish that inner glow, that little glow where it creates this sense of va-va-voom, as I often say, or this sense of magnetism on the outside. Voila, so there we go. That was today's 3 questions. Thank you so much for watching. À la prochaine. Bye bye.